This is Geometry Semester 1, and it's the second unit called Angles, and the second lesson within that called Vertical, Complementary, Supplementary Practice. It's on creatormath.com under the Geometry tab. You might have to Google creatormath.weebly.com to find it. The instructions are copy the following problems into your composition book on the correct pages according to the table of contents with the notes for those pages from Creator Math. So maybe if I could model that briefly. This is creatormath.weebly.com. Here's what the home page looks like. All of your comp book stuff is on this first page. Just scroll down until you see composition book. But we're going to go for notes and videos, and we're in geometry, so we're going to the geometry tab. We're going to pass by all of the vocabulary right here. And we're going to scroll down to the table of contents. This is a semester 2 table of contents. We need semester 1. And it's a little odd that it's out of order, but there's a reason for that. Just ignore that for now. Semester 1 is what we're looking for, a table of contents. This goes on pages 2 through 6 of your composition book. If you haven't copied it in there already, then go ahead and copy it in now. And we're going to scroll down to the correct, this is angles, and this is vertical complementary. So we're going to do notes right here. Sorry about that, you guys. Let's see if it updates. It does update. Okay, so this is what goes on the pages of your comp book. Put it in first and then do this problem set. They're going to talk about vertical. These are across from each other and equal. They're going to talk about complementary angles, which are two angles that sum to 90. They're going to talk about supplementary angles, which are two angles that sum to 180. And is that about it? Let's see what else we got. Supplementary angles, opposite means across from in geometry, adjacent means next to, sum, difference, product, quotient. Remember those. Sum means to add, difference means opposite, and product means to multiply, and quotient means to divide. All right, there's some problems for you to put in your comp book too. All right, with that, let's see. Given the following figure, what is the name of the angle shown? So because these two add to 90 degrees, which is what this says right here, these are complementary. A plus B equals 90 degrees. This is an angle sign. Angle A plus angle B must sum to 90 degrees. And why does it say sum? Because that means add. Given the following figure, what's the name of the angle shown? Well, this angle plus this angle, angle A plus angle B plus angle C, they must equal this total, which is 90 degrees. These are also complementary. Remember, two or more that sum to 90 degrees are called complementary angles. Given the following figure, what's the name of the angle shown? So angle A plus angle B, this is a straight angle. The number of degrees in a straight angle is 180 degrees. So we must have angle A plus angle B equal to 180 degrees. And that's called supplementary, that relationship. We don't have to always say it sums to 180. We can just say they're supplementary angles. That's why we name it. And even if you have more than two, it's two or more that sum to 180. Two or more that sum to 100. So here we have 1, 2, and 3. Angle A plus angle B plus angle C. This equals 180. Why? Because the straight line is total 180. So these are supplementary also. Two or more that sum to 180 degrees is supplementary. All right, let's look at this one. Anytime we draw two lines that intersect or segments that intersect, we create angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, and angle 4. We love these because these here are called vertical, and vertical angles are equal. So they're going to say here, vertical angles A equals C. These are across from each other. Angle A equals angle C, true. And these are across from each other. Angle B equals angle D. So I hope you know by now, even in this geometry semester, that vertical angles does not mean up and down from each other. So while these are vertical from each other, up and down, that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at that they're across from each other. And probably the easiest way to draw it the way you're thinking is, let's say we go like this. This is angle 1, angle 2, angle 3, angle 4. The ones across from each other, here and here, are vertical angles, and they're equal. All right, just memorize it. It's a bad name. It's the best I can tell you. They should be called across from angles. but nobody's going to let me rename the geometry profession, all right? If there is such a thing. The geometry topic, I don't think it's a profession. Given the following figure, what is the name of the shown angles? More than one answer. So this one I'm going to update, but it's saying that angle A plus angle B is 180. And sure enough, A plus B is 180 because it's on a straight angle. That's supplementary. B and C is 180 because it's on a straight angle. C and D is on this. It's on 180. So these are all supplementary so far. A and D are supplementary here because they're on a straight line. They sum to 180 also. So all of these are true, right? And I think I'd like to adjust this a little bit so it's a little bit clearer when you take this practice set of problems. Given the following figure, if angle A is 50 degrees. So this is 50 degrees. What is angle C right here? 50. Because vertical angles are equal. Oh, vertical just means across from. That's it. Given the following figure, if angle A is 50 degrees, same thing, what's angle B? What's this one? Well, they're on a straight line, so these two together must be 180. So let's call this x. X plus 50 must equal 180 degrees. Let's subtract 50 from both sides. Right, and I use degrees here. You can drop them all around while we're doing this part of it. 180 minus 50 is 130 degrees, so this must be 130 right here. Aww. Piece of cake, as long as we understand the relationship. If you don't understand it, impossible. Given the following figure, if angle A is 50, so this is 50 degrees here, what is angle D? So this again is supplementary, which means they sum to 180. This again is going to be x plus 50. Let's call this x here. We don't know what it is going to equal 180. Same thing, minus 50 minus 50. Gone. X equals 130. All right. Given the following figure, if A is 50 degrees, what's B? Question mark. All right, let's make it x. So x plus 50 got to equal 90 degrees because this is complementary. Complementary means they sum to 90 degrees. Minus 50, gone. X equals 40 degrees. Right? And if I told you this was 40 and you just added them in your mind, 40 and 50 is 90, check. I want to model the equation solving techniques because you need to learn those. When your equations get more difficult, you won't be able to just do it in your mind anymore. So given the following figure, if A is 60 degrees, what's B? Well, I know it's got to be 30 because it's got to sum to 90, right? So it's got to be 30. But let's just call it x. X plus 60's got to equal 90, minus 60 from both sides. And both sides because the equals here. This is gone. X equals 90 minus 60 equals 30. Ding! 30 degrees. All right, given the following figure, A equals 40, B equals 20, and C equals X. We don't know. Question mark. All right, so X plus 20 plus 40 has to equal 90. It is complementary. So x plus, let's add these and get 60 equals 90. Now let's subtract 60 from both sides. That makes it disappear from the left and show up on the right as a subtracted 60. 90 minus 60 is 30. So if you go 30 plus 20 is 50, 50 plus 40 is 90, that's good because the whole thing's 90. That is a complementary relationship in geometry. They sum to 90 degrees. So this here is Geometry, Semester 1. It's the second unit called Angles. It is the second lesson within that called Vertical, Complementary, Supplementary Practice. It's on creatormath.com under the Geometry tab, and I hope this helps.